Welcome to the beautiful setting of Tel Aviv, the shores of the Mediterranean Sea, and it is time to set sail on the final qualification session in individual senior rhythmic gymnastics at the European Championships. There are some real contenders for the all-around final in this group of gymnasts. We're now going to watch two performances, clubs and ribbon, for each of the athletes. This is the final of four groups. The qualification process began yesterday. Let's just look at some names we're really going to be scrutinising. Well, let's start with two they'll all be scrutinising here. Adi Katz and Daria Atamanov of Israel in a good position at the halfway mark of the competition, and that was last night. Daria Atamanov in 9th position, Adi Katz in 12th position. So we're going to keep an eye on those gymnasts. We're also going to look at Melanie Keller of Estonia in particular, and her teammate Polina Murashko, positioned 15th and 28th respectively, but Murashko in that chasing pack, if you will. We also have to watch carefully Marfa Ekimova of Great Britain, who was 26th at the halfway point of the competition, and Yelizaveta Polstyanaya of Latvia. She'll be the last gymnast to go in both rotations. She was 13th at the halfway point. But then we've also got a whole load of competitors in here who could make a chase for things. Things can change. What we know for certain is the gymnast holding a 24th place at the moment is Paraskevi Giannopoulou of Greece, 87.05.
Of gymnasts of the day, ladies and gentlemen. First routine.
What we have is a whole load of gymnasts from Małgorzata Rosatitska down to Giannopoulou. That's a group of four gymnasts who are all within 3/10 of each other. There's then a gap for Hanna Panaviisner in 20th. More on that in a short while. Let us begin. Anna Stoyanova of Norway, the 19-year-old born in Sofia in Bulgaria.
I saw the fire in your eyes. I saw the fire when you look into your eyes. You tell me things you wanna try. Tell me you love me, I bring you to my life. It's like a dream when she feels with me. Her fantasy is okay with me. Then suddenly, baby says, take my breath away and make it last forever. Do it now or never. Take my breath away. Nobody does it better. Bring me closer together. Take my breath. Take my breath away. Nobody does it better. Bring me closer. Take my breath.
And the Stoyanovas' mother, Nedelina, competed for Bulgaria. She's a very accomplished coach. They never actually worked together. She coached her daughter for a week and they decided it's best that we just be friends. Sensible decision just to keep gymnastics as something they do outside of the home. 19-year-old didn't compete in the hoop and ball round, so good to see her here with the clubs. Hello, here's a bit of noise. Guess what? Guess why? It's her. That's why. Adi Katz of Israel, 12th in the qualification process at the halfway point. Now competing with the ribbon. She had ribbon trouble in Portimao, where she was otherwise extremely successful. Well, that is purposeful gymnastics from Adi Katz of Israel, aiming for a place not just in the all-around final, but to get into some apparatus
And we have the
finals
score
too.
for Anna Stoyanova, 24.550.
She thought she was in the ball final until Margarita Kolosov's score was upgraded after an inquiry.
And here is Norway
Anna Stoyanova
again.
scores 24.55. A return to the European Championships for her 3 years after her debut. This is actually Josephine Juhl-Muller of Norway, 19-year-old reigning national all-around champion 3 years in a row.
Thank you, Josephine.
Josephine Juhl-Muller,
Ladies and gentlemen,
not
we
only
have
did
a
she
guest
win
of honor here with us
the all-around
this
championship,
evening, the
but she
president
won
of,
all
Gymnastics
6
Federation
gold medals.
USA.
It's a remarkable accomplishment.
יושבת-ראש
Absolutely
איגוד
brilliant.
ההתעמלות
Team
האמריקאי,
all-around and
לילי
all 4
ליאנג.
apparatus
She's here with us.
championships.
מחיאות כפיים. Thank you very much for being here with us, Lily. 31.6 לעדי
That's
כץ.
an important score. Adi
31.6.
Katz of Israel, 31.6. She
And the
is now in
next gymnast,
8th
ladies
place
and
in the
gentlemen, is
all-around
coming
competition,
also
and
from
we've had,
Israel.
well,
Let's
there's
welcome
illustrious
Daria
company watching on, the
Atamanov.
reigning Olympic champion, recently retired Lenoy Ashram, supporting the next gymnast as well. But just to let you know, Paraskevi Giannopoulou has now dropped down to 25th place in all-around qualification. Daria Atamanov of Israel next to go. We would expect this to have an impact on the all-around standings too, particularly after her 33.7 with the hoop yesterday. She's the reigning all-around national champion. Little tangle at the end, but there was a lot that was very good in that performance from Daria Atamanov of Israel. Ribbon bronze medalist at the Junior European Championships in Kyiv in 2020. She's already taken World Cup honours with the ribbon, including a title in Athens. Nice front attitude pirouettes. Good strength in the raised leg.
The next gymnast is coming.
Josephine Yulmulla scores 26.9. She's in 37th place in all-around qualification. Should just say that the ribbon qualification picture has changed now. Milena Baldassari drops down to first reserve. Oh, there's a lot to manage here and a lot to keep our eye on. Nina Cerovac of Bosnia and Herzegovina is the next gymnast to watch, the reigning national champion.
Nina Cerovac.
From Bosnia and Herzegovina, Nina Cerovac scored 21.7 with the ball. She did compete at the Junior European Championships in Kyiv a couple of years ago, but a senior international debut for her.
And the score 32.150
It's a significant score. 32.15 for Daria Atamanov, 7th in the all-around standings and the second best we've seen with the ribbon. So what that now means is that Sofia Raffaeli has dropped out of the ribbon final. It's going to be a very interesting ribbon final. Valentina Dominik Ozimic of Austria.
At the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for?
from Eleanor Rigby to Eleanor Ribbenby, Valentina Dominik Ozimic of Austria. Would you believe this is a gymnast who in 2017 won 6 individual and 1 group gold title at the Junior National Championships? Amazing. Since then, she's gone on to dominate at national level. She's just won all 6 national titles, the all-around 4 apparatus and the team with Styria. Brilliant accomplishment. 22.85 for Nina Chedovac with the clubs. That's significantly improved from her performance with the ball yesterday. A little more settled perhaps overnight now, having got used to the atmosphere of the European Championships. Farah Fezic of Bosnia and Herzegovina, 16-year-old from Sarajevo, another of the gymnasts who's made her senior international debut here in Tel Aviv. Such iconic orchestration, isn't it? The 1987 Gypsy King song Bamboleo.
So we'll have the score of the previous routine, and here
What an occasion it is for all of these gymnasts. If you're a young athlete making your international debut at senior level here.
And to the next gymnast.
21.6
few seconds because
for
it's the same
Valentina Dominik Ozimic.
We
have just a brief pause in proceedings to look back at what has gone before, because we now have 2 gymnasts competing one after the other using the same apparatus.
It gives me the chance to tell you something about the athlete from Bosnia-Herzegovina that we just watched, Farah Fezic. She's one of the younger competitors here, 16 years old. She was born in Sarajevo, and this is the first time that we see her at a major senior event. So first European Championships for Farah Fezic from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
אם כך, גבירותיי ורבותיי, אני בזמן זה שאנחנו ממתינים לתרגיל הבא, לציון, אני אזכיר לכם שגם מחר אנחנו ביום מלא של תחרויות, כאשר מחר כבר נראה גם את התחרות הקבוצתית המאוד מרתקת ומעניינת, ואנחנו ממשיכים גם ביום ראשון עם מסכת הגמרים. And here is the score for Farah from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
18.35.
And the next gymnast from Great Britain, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alice Lipper.
Representing Great Britain from Freckleton in Lancashire, Alice Leaper. Second European Championships for her, the all-around bronze medalist at the National Championships in Telford.
You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record.
Very well done. Alice Leaper of Great Britain. She is part of the Great Britain Gymnast Advisory Group of senior athletes. Very respected competitor, the 19-year-old. From a lovely small village in Lancashire, which is actually mentioned in the Doomsday Book. So old is it. Used to provide water for a Roman fort. A little bit before her time. She's done really well. Now, we're about to arrive at a group of gymnasts who are chasing one of the places, one of the qualification places. We also have Nicole Zeligman in the crowd, best pal of Linoy Ashram, fellow Olympian somewhere. But as I was about to say, we've got Melanie Keller, Marfa Ekimova, Polina Murashko all coming. And at the moment, there's a little gap in 23rd, 24th place for somebody to push their way in. It's going to be tight. Can Melanie Keller of Estonia do it? She had a very good hoop routine, strong with the ball. Now she competes with the ribbon. She's just won her first national all-around championship after 3 years of second place finishes. She's a confident athlete. She's benefited from the addition of artistry in the code of points. You'll see why. She's a very elegant and characterful gymnast.
Melanie
This
Keller,
is a high-stakes, high-pressure occasion. She so nearly had it, Melanie Keller. Isn't she a lovely gymnast to watch, though?
And we have the score for Alice.
Very accomplished young academic as well. She's an undergraduate in product development and robotics at the Tallinn University of Technology.
Alice Leaper.
Alice Leaper scores
The next one is coming
26.
also from Great Britain. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Marfa Yechimova.
Now, one of the gymnasts who is pushing for an all-around qualification spot. From Great Britain, Marfa Ekimova, the reigning national champion. She's the reigning champion with the clubs as well. She'll be hoping to discard the ball score of 28.05. crisp gymnastics from Marfa Ekimova of Great Britain. Wonderful young musician, excellent player of the bassoon and the piano, A-level music, advanced level music student at Trinity Laban Conservatory. She's also doing a diploma in physical education. 27.15 for Melanie Keller. That's a score she'll be hoping to leave behind. She is in 23rd place though. Now, what of her teammate Polina Murashko of Estonia? Gymnast who was just outside the qualification places at the halfway mark, looking to make her way in. 18-year-old, very engaging gymnast to watch.
Judas, 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 Judas,
It's unfortunate for Polina Murashko of Estonia. It's going to become quite a challenge if she is to push into that group of qualifiers.
28.250. And to the next gymnast.
28.25 for Marfa Ekimova. She's in 30th place in all-around qualifications, so the ribbon routine is going to be crucial. Very, very interesting. Andrijana Blažić of Serbia, 19-year-old, is from Belgrade. Silver medalist with this apparatus at the national championships.
אנדריאנה בלזיץ'.
She's done so well at international competitions, Andriana Blažić, including winning the all-around title at a tournament in Slovenia last year.
יוליה טלגין, קרין וקסמן, שי בן רובי, ברשה
Judged the trajectory well there, controlled catch
נטלי מנדלסון שם מריו,
to the illusion turn as we see a number of 24.35 for Polina Murashko. It's not where she wanted to see herself. She's in 35th position. With one more to go.
24.350. And to the next
So Hanapana Wisner, who's on 89.25, is in 22nd place. Melanie Keller is in 23rd. Małgorzata Rožatická 24th. To Elma Pedersen of Denmark. Won honours at the Nordic Championships back in 2020, but this is a European Championship debut for her. Elma Pedersen has performed well at some exhibition tournaments and friendly meetings between Sweden and Denmark, or as friendly as a competition between those two nations ever gets.
Danish capital from Copenhagen.
It's good to see her inhabiting the European Championships at senior level for the first time.
Championships in Moscow 2019. Score for Andriana Blažić from Serbia, 24.9.
24.9 the score for Andriana Blažić.
Nikolina Lekovic.
Another gymnast from Serbia. Nikolina Lekovic, 17-year-old from Kruševac in the centre of Serbia. Lovely settlement founded in 1371.
Wake
Thank you.
Nikolina Lekovic of
Nikolina.
Serbia
Thank you.
controlled the catch behind the back well. Crowd
The
really
score
enjoyed
for,
her illusion turns, which were
Pedersen,
purposeful.
Denmark 22.5.
Chalet turns well executed into the catch.
למתאבדת מדנמרק.
By the way,
Pedersen,
Anna Pedersen,
22.5.
she was a bronze medalist at the Nordic Championships in Asker in Norway 2018. Bronze medalist, Anna Pedersen from Denmark.
דיברתי על המתעמלות האולימפיות מקודם. יש אחת שיושבת למעלה בעמדה של ערוץ הספורט, נטע ריבקין, ביחד עם מירי נבו, משדרות לנו בשידור חי בערוץ הספורט. אז היא גם איתנו, נטע שעשתה 3 אולימפיאדות. The next one, ladies and gentlemen, is coming from Denmark, Lisa Bakker.
We only have 3 more performances to come before we go back round to the top again. Lisa Bakker of Denmark, 17-year-old from the same place as Elma Pedersen, Egedal, silver medalist at the National Championships. She's such a determined gymnast, Lisa Bakker. She's crowd-funded her way to these European Championships.
Well, what is oldest? Well, the oldest, yes. From
Very,
the 2 Danish
very
competitors here,
hard-working,
17.
diligent student of the sport. Trains
She was,
on the northern part of
in a
the
town
island of
near
Zealand.
Copenhagen, the Danish capital. This is her first major senior event, her first European Championships. Lisa Bakker.
She made her senior international debut at the Nordic Championships last month. Nikolina Lekovic scores 26.9.
Her ribbon of clubs routine, so 26.9 for her clubs routine. Nikolina Lekovic from Serbia.
That's Lekovic's second
We have a
highest
back-to-back,
score
ladies and gentlemen.
of the
Couple
competition so
of,
far, so well done to her.
Clubs routines following each other, which means that we might have to wait a little bit in between.
אנחנו ממתינים קלות בין תרגיל לתרגיל כיוון שיש לנו
Yes, as
3
Niels
תרגילים
Daniel, our
רצופים
master of ceremonies,
עם סרט.
pointed out, we have got 2
ולכן
clubs
אנחנו
routines
עם סרט שיפוט אחד
back to back,
ששופט
so
את
there'll be a short delay whilst the
המכשיר הזה.
judges evaluate what they've seen.
נאלצים להמתין עד שהן מוכנות עם הציון, ורק אז אנחנו ממשיכים הלאה. אבל בינתיים קהל נכבד, אני צריך לשמוע אתכם, לדעת שאתם נהנים מהתחרות. בואו תנו מחיאות כפיים למתעמלות. And we have
19.25 for Lisa Bakker.
19.250, 19.250.
Two more performances
And
to
the
come.
next
Both gymnasts from Latvia.
From Latvia, Nikola Vasilieva.
Lovely chance for us to see the reigning junior Latvian national champion from December, 15-year-old Nikola Vasiljeva, born in Tallinn but based in Liepāja, the west of Latvia on the Baltic Sea. Good rescue towards the end from Nikola Vasiljeva of Latvia. Made her senior international debut at the World Cup in Tashkent. Been working on stabilising those illusion turns in training.
In Estonia, Nikola Vasiljeva, not in Latvia.
Ponchet turn was tidy and showed control.
She has done some major events before.
Her teammate next to go, the last to go before we go back to the top of the order. The final time we're going to go back to the top of the order in individual qualification. How time flies when you're having fun. Hope you're enjoying all of the action. It's great to have your company. Ollie Hogben here, taking you through the complicated calculus of qualification for tomorrow's all-around final.
Let's wait for her score.
Nice to be in the first two groups of gymnasts today. They can go home and have a little rest. Say go home, go back to the hotel, have a little rest.
26.2 for that ribbon routine of hers. And here's another routine by a Latvian athlete.
26.2 for Nikola Vasiljeva. Very promising first Senior European Championships routine for her. Now to another key player in this qualification process. Małgorzata Rožatická will be wondering about this display from Elizaveta Polsjanaya of Latvia, who could well push into one of the qualification berths if she delivers here. 31.9 with the hoop, 29.4 with the ball. She's got a lot of fans, very popular gymnast. Elizaveta Polstyanaya of Latvia performing to Grande Amore. The question is, will it be a grande enough score, eh? Because she needs to push into all-around qualification contention with this or with the club's routine. Has had some very good clubs performances of late, including at the Baku World Cup, so one more chance. 26.2 confirmation of that score for Nikola Vassilieva. Now, at the moment, Melny Keller is 23rd, Małgorzata Rożatyczka is 24th. This could be the score that sends Rożatyczka of Poland down into the first reserve spot with one rotation to go. And there is no further competition for Rożatyczka in qualification, so if it does see that score change, now that position change, then she will have to content herself with a reserve position. This is what we'll see in just a moment. Last rotation of qualification.
וטורי פילנובסקי, אחת מהאלופות שלנו. כל פעם שאני מזהה איזה מתעמלת, טק, פוקוס עליה, מגיע להם. כל אחת ואחת מהן פרצה דרך.
I can tell you now that if you are a fan of Elizaveta Polstyanaya, you can relax because she has just secured herself a place in the all-around final, barring some real mathematical miracles occurring now. Never know, but it would require quite a series of changes.
ולקחה ככה משתי החיות הוורינה את מדליית הזהב, ואיזה שיגעון, איזה טירוף היה שם באולימפיאדת טוקיו. אני הייתי שם וראיתי את זה, וזה היה כל כך מרגש לראות את לינוי רצה וקופצת על הילד, מחבקת אותה, כשידענו שמדליית הזהב של לינוי ושל ישראל, אין דברים כאלו, גבירותיי ורבותיי, אין דברים כאלה. ואני אפילו מזהה את אמא של הילד זוסמן, אילנה פה איתנו. איזה אילנה. נמצאת איתנו גם מדליסטית באליפות העולם הראשונה של עירה וינר, ויניירה זריפובה. חברים יקרים, אלופה אמיתית, גדולה, זריפובה, ויניירה הראשונה של אירינה וינר. אני רוצה להזכיר לכם, גבירותיי ורבותיי, שב-2024 ישראל תארח את אליפות העולם באקרובטיקה.
Back around we go.
כי להצליח להביא לישראל את התחרויות הגדולות בעולם.
Just a moment, we will start the final rotation of qualification.
בשפיץ של הרמה העולמית בענף ההתעמלות, במיוחד אחרי מדליית הזהב של ארטיום דולגופיאט.
The heat is being turned up, metaphorically and literally. It is absolutely sweltering in the building.